Welcome back to Land Yacht Garage for another video on my 1960 Ford Falcon. In today's video, we are going to be pulling everything out of the engine bay, pulling these fenders. I'm honestly not sure how far we're going to get along, but we will be more than likely starting paint, body, and doing some painting in the front apron area today, in today's video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these series. I'm putting more effort into editing them and filming and all of that. So without no further ado, let me go ahead and start disassembly. Doors would have had to come off anyway at some point. I just didn't want to take them off right now because I am gonna jam the car, and yeah, all the jams are getting painted. I would have had to paint the top side of the door, so it would have been coming off, but I just didn't want to deal with it right now. And now I gotta deal with panel gaps, which is the only shit part about pulling panels off, is you gotta deal with realigning and all of that. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with pulling panels, especially super easy ones that literally have nothing attached to them. Okay, so here's one hidden bolt right here. Well, this is here, okay? And I don't know what's going on there, but that's still attached. Nothing on this side. I'm pretty sure they maybe made a patch panel, or maybe this is supposed to come off separate. I don't know, but as you can see, just getting this off is going to be weight reduction in itself. Holy crap. Like, there's bolts under there. But yeah, I'm not sure. I guess a hammer is going to take that off. And I can guarantee you that I am going to be building this better the second time than the first time when the factory built it. Because guess what's not going back on? Yeah. And the fender was welded to the rocker, which I don't mind that. Once I'm done and get all the gaps straight and everything, I'll weld the fender to the rocker. And I'll have this upper bolt, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I've just been doing stuff that's boring, and no, I'm not going to do a time lapse of. This brake was sticking. Come to find out, the shoe actually broke away from the backing and was getting jammed. So that's junk. When I say boring stuff, I mean 2 hours of pressure washing and scraping and everything. I'm trying to get off all this tar and oil undercoating, sand. Just, it's been a mess. Complete mess. Obviously, all the doors are off. Pulled them off so I can go ahead and paint these door jambs. And we're almost done with disassembly here. The only thing else is all the stuff in the engine bay like I've been talking about, and pulling out the instrument cluster, radio, switches, all that stuff, because the dash needs to get painted once I fix it. Trunk lid's off, so all of the gutters can get painted, and the car can get jammed, and the underside of the hood, doors, everything can get painted. Like, that's metal, that needs to get painted. All the door jambs, everything. All of this needs to get painted red, and this is why it's just taking forever to paint, to pressure wash, and yeah. And keep in mind, that's still an issue that I have yet to resolve, and I'm not sure when I'm gonna resolve it. I'm thinking that's a problem for like future me here in the next couple of weeks, not today. It appears that we have another Corvette on our hands. So I got a box of 60 grit, and wow, this car's been painted. So, bare metal, primer, blue, primer, white, blue, and then silver or whatever this is. There are like, well, 3-4 different paint jobs, 2 layers of primer. As you can see, I got the tail lights out. I'm just stripping it down. So this is escalated a little further. Looks like we're pretty much doing a complete every nut and bolt. I'm gonna call it restoration, rebuild, make it better. I don't know, but let me show you. So I went ahead, got the suspension car up on jack stands, so I can pull the front suspension out of it to give me a bunch of room to fix this disaster, unbolt the steering box, do all that. So I've decided that this is really rough to paint body color. There's still tar on it and stuff. So once I pull all the suspension, I'm gonna paint all of this with the blackish blue that I have sitting right there. I went ahead, pulled the front and rear glass. A couple of reasons for that. One, there was a bunch of crap packed under the trim, which you wouldn't have to pull the windshield for that. But there was a bunch of crap. You can see all the crap that was packed under it. And I got to paint the dash. So this will make it 10 times easier to paint the dash. I don't have to tape off a window. It makes it easier to make sure there was no rust or anything. It just makes it easier to paint the car right, especially when jamming it. And this costs no money or anything because, oh, the headliner goes in the window. Huh. Because you reused the gasket, I can just put this right back in. So, there we go. I actually used the engine hoist to lift up the car. So, right now, I am going to go ahead and gut the dash, probably pull out the steering column, everything. Like I said, this is turning into a full project, but everything that I'm pulling off I can reuse, so it's really not costing any money. It's all about the time, which is no big deal here. So, yeah. So, standing on this quarter panel, I'm just jumping around here. Sorry that this video is all over the place, but as you can see, I have a lot of work to do. Please don't copyright me. As you can see, I have a ton of work to do, which it really isn't that much. But if you're just doing one thing, it's just gonna feel like you're not making any progress. So today is Thursday. I'm gonna be out here. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm gonna be out here for a couple more hours, and then tomorrow, right back out here. Hopefully tomorrow night I'll have the jams on the car painted in the dash, maybe. And hopefully by Sunday I have all the jams painted, and I have the doors back on and everything, and starting to sand the car down to bare metal, hoping by Sunday. And it should be fully painted by next weekend. It should be fully back assembled the way it was 2 days ago. So, I'm not sure how much longer this video is going to go, but there's a quick little update on what's going on. Well, I was trying to pull the steering column. Ford, with their genius engineering in 1960, this is another example of how people say, oh, they don't build vehicles like they used to. That's a goddamn good thing, because there was a lot of stupid shit done. Instead of putting a coupler right here so you could separate the steering box from the column, no. They want you to fully disassemble the fucking steering column, because the steering shaft is made into the box. Did people not have common sense in the 1960s? I don't really know. But here we are. So, this has to come off anyway, because frame rot. So I'm going to spend the next hour of my life disassembling the steering column to go ahead and pull this whole steering box and shaft that goes all the way up to there out. Well, after some more fighting, a lot of curse words, steering column, whatever you want to call that, is out. Steering shaft and box is laying over there. And this is what I'm left with. A giant fucking hole. It looks worse than it is. We'll go ahead and get it fixed up tomorrow. I have 1/8-inch steel that will fix that right up. However, there's supposed to be a bolt, like a steering box bolt right there. So yeah. And in case you're wondering what mouse piss does to a bolt, there we go. So I'm thinking I can definitely weld a nut to that and just back it out the backside and then get a new bolt. So yeah, I wasn't planning on taking it this far, but here we are. We'll go ahead and get her done. And stay tuned for the next video. So, I know we didn't get much accomplished in this video, but they're not all going to be successful. I was hoping to get this car jammed today. It's not going to happen. Obviously, it's 11 o'clock. But stay tuned for next video, where we will be fixing the frame, doing more disassembly, master cylinder. I think that's the only other thing that I have to disassemble. The rear bumper. I got to take the rear bumper off. I've decided to leave the front suspension in it for obvious reasons. This car's already taken down way further than I wanted it to. So, yeah. And wiper arms. I got to take that off. I got to fix the dash. Anyway, stay tuned for next video, where we will be, hopefully there will be paint in the next video. So the plan here now is get the car jammed, door jams, under hood, trunk gutter, and then go ahead and do the doors. I gotta pull the door panels off. I gotta paint all of that. I gotta jam the doors. And then all of that will be sprayed and put everything back on the car so that it actually looks like a car again, and then sand the whole thing down to bare metal, and then we can start doing it properly. Granted, something that I just thought of, guess what? The car's not getting primer because I'm not going to get overspray in my new paint because I'm going to jam it. Maybe I should have thought about that. It's very possible that this tractor paint would be going over bare metal. This ain't gonna be a show car. It's just gonna be a race car-ish. Not really. I just want something that can do burnouts for, like, you know, just smoke a 13-inch radial for fucking 6 blocks. But what this does give me, what this car does give me, is it's not a very valuable car. I paid $450 for it. I can't really lower the value of it any, because these cars are pretty much worthless. I mean, they're old, but they're not desirable. But what this gives me is experience on doing these types of restorations. Obviously, none of this is done properly, but this gives experience. And, yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed. I will see you guys in the next video. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next one.